everyone, it's Kelsey here. This is my last process video for my December daily from 2014. I am finally finished with it and I'm so excited. So, this video is a little bit longer than some of my other ones, or it might go a little bit quicker than some of my other ones because I sped it up a little bit more. But this is my last process video, but I do have a slower walkthrough video that I will post of my entire December daily and just walk you through the pages kind of a little bit slower and step by step. So you can refer back to these videos if you want to see exactly how it came together. But if you want to see all the pages kind of in slower motion and see like the last minute things that I did off camera, it will be in a recap video. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that video if you want to see it. So for this page, it was just a pocket page that I had worked on in my last video, and it's for November. I'm kind of going back. My December daily, I've mentioned it before, but I make it run from November, like Thanksgiving time, all the way through New Year's, just because I feel like it's more of a holiday album and less of a December album. Because there's a lot of things that we do in November, like Thanksgiving is a really important holiday to me, and like Black Friday is definitely a Christmas tradition, and New Year's Eve is important to me as well. Um, so I finished up that page about being grateful on those 2x2 pockets, and then I've made these little tabs with that Studio Calico die, and I put those behind another page that had some clear pockets that I wanted it to have a background. And I really love those attacher tabs from Studio Calico, but my adhesive really stinks. I hate my adhesive, so yeah, I'm gonna have to get some new adhesive because my tabs were already running like running dry, I should say. So anyway, so I tried to do this mixed media technique that I see other people do where they put a little bit of mist or ink on a page with like some plastic, and so it's all smushed around, but it never works out for me. I don't know why, so I ended up throwing that paper away. I just didn't really like the look of it. I think maybe I need to add some water and tone it down or something. I just don't love that technique. What I do love, however, are these silk screens. I think they're so awesome and so much fun, and I love that Make Magic one. I actually got that in a Black Friday kit from Studio Calico, so I really love it, and it was perfect to do in green for this little kind of project layout for my December daily. And I didn't worry about making the whole diamond on there. I actually kind of like that splotchy look. So, and I didn't want it to take up a ton of the space. I just wanted it to say Make Magic. So this is an experiment that I did. I've seen it on, I think, Tim Holtz's website, as well as Dear Lizzie, and a couple of other places where you dye these bottle brush trees. They're actually from Tim Holtz, and I bought them at Michael's with a coupon because they're like $12. And I just sprayed them with my different mists, and I really love the way this turned out. I think I forgot to take a picture of the end result. I just took a picture before because they took a while to dry, and then they never actually got set out at Christmas time in my house. So Christmas fail, but the project itself was a fun, easy one. It was a little bit messy just because of the mist. I ended up spraying them all over the trash can, and accidentally all over the wall on the first try, but it wiped up fine. Um, so yeah, it was fun, but it was a little bit messy, but I really like this project. Um, so I just layered up some different Christmas papers and vellum, and I cut out that little like kind of mason jar snow globe thing that has trees in it. I'm going to use that as an embellishment. And I'm just going through my Stampin' Up! Hello December kit to see if there's anything else that I want to put on there. And obviously I find a few. These little word stickers have been awesome. As you can tell, I've used up almost the entire sheet. They've just been awesome to use throughout my December daily album. And then I put these cute little pine tree foil stickers in a few different places because obviously it's a layout about trees, and we didn't really have a Christmas tree this year. We had like a sad little baby one. So actually this Christmas tree, um, all these Christmas tree elements actually made it into my album, even though we didn't have a tree. So go me. And there are a couple little wood veneer ones, and I was going to use those. And then I thought, well, I can always use those next year because I already had a lot of trees on there. So this is where things start to go downhill. So I was stamping this light bulb stamp from, it's a Lawn Fawn stamp set from a couple years ago. And I mostly love the way that this side turned out. My stamping wasn't perfect, but I like the idea. Because we didn't really go around and look at Christmas lights this year, which I was really bummed about, but that's one of my favorite parts of the holiday season. So I wanted to incorporate that. So as you can see, I'm obviously stamping strings of lights all across the page, and then I'm going to color them in with my Stampin' Up! Markers. The problem is, as you will see later, I did this on my craft mat, and it actually transferred to the other side where I had just made that Christmas tree layout. So there's like little black smudges, and it's very frustrating. Like I said, this is kind of where my December daily went downhill because I felt like I had already worked so hard on this album. I was just trying to finish it up. Here it is. I think I finished it in February, maybe March. I think it might have been March. And yeah, I was just really frustrated, and I didn't bother to go back and reprint the photo and redo it because all my embellishments I couldn't reuse. So there's just black smudges in my December daily album for eternity. But oh well. So I just colored all these little lights in with some different colored markers, and I do really like the way this turned out in person. It was simple, but it was cute. So finding where I want it to go in the album, and I put it in there, and that's from seeing all the smudges. And I decided to go back in with a roller stamp and cover up the worst ones, but it's a little bit on the photo, and it's a little bit on that mason jar. And of course, my husband's like, it just looks normal to me. It looks like it's meant to be there. And I'm like, yeah, right. So, moving on to the next page, which is about my dad and grandma and I went to the nursing home where they have like a Christmas celebration the week of Christmas. Um, and Santa Claus comes, and it's just a nice gathering with family, and all the residents are there and all their families are there, so it's just really nice. And they pass out gifts. So these are the photos from that occasion. And luckily I had 3x4 photos because I wanted to mount them on some paper. So I did some green and red, obviously Christmas colors, and I cut out this Lawn Fawn tag. It's actually meant to go through a tag die, and you can put it on a present because it says a gift for you. But it actually worked out perfect since Santa came and passed out a couple of gifts. So then I just used a bunch of those word stickers. I used one that said "To Grandmother's House We Go" because technically this is where my grandma lives. It's definitely, it's not like your traditional "To Grandmother's House We Go," but it was important to me to use that sticker because we went to my grandma's. So, and then I used one of those Webster's Pages stickers. I think it said she leaves a little sparkle wherever she goes, but I just felt that was so representative of my grandma because she's such an important person to me. So, anyway, I'm going to move on before I start tearing up. I just put this little wood veneer I actually got that from Michael's on a paper bag. And that paper bag is from last year, so I'm not sure where I got that from. I want to say Pink Paisley, but I'm not sure. And then this is a crepe paper little stitched border tag thingy, and I really love it. So it says Happy Holidays on both sides, but I don't care. But I really love those crepe paper stitched borders or stitched tags or whatever you want to call them. They're amazing. Okay, they're just amazing. And I wish they would come out with more of them because I just love them. I would use them all the time. So, anyway, moving on. I got this stamp set from Stampin' Up! This year. I think it's called Happy Homes or Holiday Homes. I can't remember. I think it's called Holiday Homes. And you can use it for like fall, winter, yeah, fall or winter. I don't think there's any spring things. Um, and I should have done this page first since there was some stamping, but I didn't. And I originally bought this to do our Christmas cards out of, and then my idea was way too ambitious for my skill level, and my Christmas cards ended up not happening. But you guys know I'm obsessed with miniatures and doll houses and miniature doll houses. So I had to use a stamp set. So I felt frustrated because I didn't have all the colors of markers or stamps that I wanted. So in the end, I decided to just do more of a black and white layout on this. And I actually really love the way it turned out. So the perspective is way off, or Santa Claus is really, really, really far away. But I just did those houses, and then I did Merry Christmas in red, and I love the way this turned out. It's very simple, but I love it. And then I just stamped these snowflakes all over in black, and I'm gonna put that into my album. But that's mostly gonna wrap up this December daily album. So I did a few more artsy full page things at the end, but mostly I'm just excited to have my December documented. Even though we didn't do a whole lot, I feel like I did pretty good making an entire album. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys again soon. And look for the recap video because obviously I'm finishing up a couple of things before my camera dies. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. I will see you soon.